Hey guys, how's it going? So one thing I want to go over today is the difference between the Liberty and the Patriot Movement. They are not the same thing. Movement and the Patriot Movement have a lot in common, but they are not the same. Don't confuse the Liberty Movement with the Patriot Movement. So, the Patriot Movement, from what I've noticed, and I used to kind of be part of the Patriot movement, and that was a while ago. So a lot of those guys are your 3%er militia types, and I'm not saying there's really anything wrong with them. They're just kind of very passive. They're more of a reactionary force. In case something happens, well, they kind of just let tyranny, spread about. Um, they're mostly neoconservatives. They kind of they like their team to win. Is basically what I'm getting at. Most of them are Republican. A lot of them are white. A lot of them are Christian. Not saying all of them. They can be diverse, but for the most part, your 3%ers, your patriots, they're older guys, usually Gen X, boomer types. Some of them are kind of fuddish. They're more into like 3030s, 1911s. Yeah, you'll see a couple ARs, but for the most part, the Patriot Movement, they have more of a allegiance to the government compared to the Constitution. They say they're constitutionalists, but when somebody on their team, which is usually Republican, goes against the Constitution and you point it out, they will criticize you and call you a liberal, a snowflake, and every other name in the book, especially if you criticize El Presidente Trump. Now, the Liberty Movement is a little bit different. More of they're patriots. Don't get me wrong; they are patriots, but it's more libertarian kind of ideas. You got some ANCAPs, which are anarchist capitalists. Then you got straight up anarchists in the groups. Most of them just kind of want our country to go back to constitutional and get rid of a lot of these federal agencies that serve no purpose. Eliminate some of these unconstitutional police forces, or at least get cops back to where they're enforcing constitutional laws and not just harassing people. Actually serving and protecting. The Liberty Group. They're kind of like the Patriots. They really don't want to do anything, but they more feel that need that something has to happen before we're under complete tyranny, and we're getting pretty damn close. A lot of people in the Liberty Group are more millennial. Some Gen Xers. I don't think I've ever seen a boomer, to be honest, which is a good thing because, well, boomers suck. And if you're a boomer and you're watching this, well, sorry, but it's true. Sorry. Just the way it is, your generation sucked. You let government tyranny run rampant. You were materialistic. You let quality of everything go downhill. Everything from Craftsman, Ford, John Deere, Chevy, you name it. Anything that, like my grandpa's greatest generation, born in 1925, served in World War II. He swore by Craftsman, but that's when Craftsman was great, and I had family that swore by either John Deere or Ford or Chevy, and, a lot of their older stuff is good, and I'll give them credit for that, but this new stuff everybody's making is garbage. Absolute garbage. Sorry, I digress. So yeah, those are the main differences between the Liberty and the Patriot Movement. The Liberty Movement, they're about the Constitution. They don't have an allegiance to political parties. They mostly believe that the both parties in the U.S., the two main parties at least, do work together, and they are pretty fixed. Um, Voting really doesn't do anything, or at least it's not doing anything, because we elect candidates who we think are gonna do what we would hope they would do. Abide by the Constitution, and then they're oath breakers. Like President Trump, Dan Crenshaw, and Senator Rand Paul here of late has done some things that a lot of people in the liberty movement kind of step back and we don't really agree with that. And like I said, the Patriot Movement, they think Reagan is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Trump is literally God, and don't question him at all. He knows what's best, even though he put, bump stock ban, supports red flag laws, put William Barr as Attorney General. And if you guys don't know who William Barr is or was prior to this, but he was the Attorney General who defended the snipers at Ruby Ridge who killed Randy Weaver's son and his wife. So, not the greatest guy. He was the, top cop, per se, when that all happened, and then he defended them. So that's my little thing on the difference between the Patriot movement and the Liberty movement. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks.